And we're rolling.
All right. Well, I'm back from the holidays. Feels good.
Yeah, I'm glad the holidays are behind us.
No doubt. I'm just kind of wiped from all of it. You know, we ran halfway across the country to Dallas. I hate that drive. It feels like you're going cross country.
It is a boring drive.
The funny thing, we were just traveling the other day ourselves, and we were talking about if we were in the East Coast or the North, we'd cover 5 states
easily
with this distance. Real easy.
But no, I'm glad it's done. We ran all over the place, saw relatives, and it's always just an exercise in patience of driving and getting there and eating and then turning around and coming home. Yeah. So I'm with you, Graham. I'm glad it's done.
Yeah.
But did y'all have a good holiday? Everybody had a good holiday?
We did. Yeah, it was not bad. Yeah, we covered a lot of this last week, but it was holiday time for family, so we had a good time with all our families back home. Yeah.
Yeah. No, sorry, I'm just not getting back. I know I've been missing a lot here lately.
Yeah. It's all right.
It's because of the holidays, so
they don't want to hear our East Texas folly again.
Yeah, I'm glad we're kind of back.
I won't beat y'all up with that. I won't make them tell me.
Okay,
we're back to normal now. No, you're not jumping through hoops to go do some shopping thing or make some. Family gathering. So
well, now you're getting trampled by New Year's resolutioners.
Yeah, I've noticed that at the gym.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere.
And the running trails have been bad.
Yeah,
have they?
Oh, yeah.
That's out in the woodlands. I can tell you that. So.
Okay,
they'll be good for 30 days.
Yeah, that's what I've got kind of figured in my head. About mid-February.
Yeah,
you stop seeing that crowd.
And this is also a time.
Well, they get it hurt.
Yeah,
the like when I drove through the park that I sometimes ride in yesterday, I was like, okay, well, usually that's kind of like my probing. I go there and I find out whether I'm going to ride there or not. Because if it's not a situation that I don't want to just be in all that traffic, it'll push me. I'd probably go ride out in the Woodlands area.
Yeah,
because I know that those trails over there, or at least the sidewalk stuff they have over there.
Yeah, no, nice. And it's not like it's impassable out there or anything. There's not, but I'm seeing a lot more people that I normally don't see running. Normally when you run at the same time, you see the same crowd. I'm passing the same people every morning, and now there's all these new faces. You can tell everything they've got on is like brand new.
Oh, that thing still got the tags.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm glad I'm not that guy.
But the park, the thing that was the most obvious indicator of this park is. So, Ken, you know that this park has a large parking lot. I mean, it can accommodate
multiple. It has 4 parking areas.
Wow. So, when I drove through there yesterday, you had people parking in areas that are not areas that you park. I mean, they were like parked alongside of the road. They were parked in the grass. And I was like, oh,
that's too many people.
I wonder if they had an event. Did they have an event?
No,
it was just people getting on the trail. No. They need to hurry. They're working on expanding that, by the way.
Yeah, because that was the thing that kind of occurred to me. Is I'm like, okay, now if this situation stayed this way, this would actually be an excuse to expand your area because nobody would come here if you're on top.
And they're building all those high rises up front of the properties now that were all used to be woods. Once you cross the creek, that's where all those apartments are going down that cutting. I think
the new one.
Yeah, the new ones. Yeah, and so you're going to add a lot of people to that trail now.
Yeah,
so.
There'll be a bunch of new folks for at least the next couple.
That or crime, either that or the crime will jump up because of that bullshit.
Well, because of the close proximity to all the medical facilities over there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, which you kind of think is that you'll either have students or medical professionals that are moving over in that area too.
Sure.
So,
well, speaking of New Year's resolutions, it looks like Meatloaf has made himself a New Year's resolution. He's gone vegan on us.
Vegan, yeah.
No more bitch tits Bob, man. That's disappointing.
Right? That's funny. Yeah.
Nobody to smack around at the old Fight Club anymore.
I was looking at that the other day. And I was like, my God, first of all, how old is that guy?
Yeah, Meatloaf's got to be pushing 70, 75, I'm guessing.
Funny that your only entry, your on-ramp to being relevant is the fact that you changed fucking diets.
Exactly.
So oh my God.
Well, I mean, Meatloaf's been that guy for a long time. I'm wondering if he's going to did he do it for health reasons or did he feel sorry for cows? And chickens, I mean, why the change of heart all of a sudden? That's what I
that's kind of what I was looking at while we were kind of shooting through it. But apparently, all the musicians have turned vegan. They were listing Paul McCartney, Simon Cowell, Area Grande. They were listing a whole bunch of.
There must have been like a kickoff.
Will
meeting
I Am?
Yeah,
Brian
Hollywood
Adams.
types.
Yeah, they said, hey, let's just all go vegan.
Well, we've been seeing a bunch of those videos of people protesting in stores. So I'm wondering if they're trying to get on the bandwagon before the bandwagon.
Are they still doing that? I mean, other than that,
you see it ever so often. I mean, it pops up in the Facebook feed where you've got a bunch of moms standing around with their kids, and they're laying on the ground in cow outfits. Oh, you murdered a cow!
Right.
I saw a funny post the other day. It's kind of made the rounds, but it's got a package of beef in there, and it says. It's got a sticker of a cow, and it's like, this cow's name is Sam. Would you eat Sam if you knew that Sam had a name and a face?
With some ketchup.
And then the guy said, I'd treat it like it was one of those Cokes. I'd try to go find my own name.
Well, apparently there's a restaurant chain that wanted Meatloaf to be kind of a spokesman for their vegan meatloaf.
Okay.
All right, man.
So there we go. More technical difficulties with
crazy shit.
That was fun. So... But no, let's get back right into it here. We were talking about
Meatloaf sponsoring this restaurant wanted to name that veg loaf, and they wanted Meatloaf to be the spokesman
Veg
for it.
loaf. What a great name.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's reaching for
Is
it.
the Impossible Singer?
Yeah.
Has he ever done anything that you like? Has Meatloaf ever done a song? He's never done anything that I like.
Nah.
And the thing
I
is
won't
funny
do that. With that's the only thing I
won't
can
do
really
that
remember.
now it's meat. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
I won't do meat.
So, but his stupid fucking album that you think, Bad Out of Hell.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see that, you're thinking, man, this ought to be a rocking song.
Well, that was a Jim Steinman thing. That was a whole... I mean, Meatloaf was the guy that sang it, but Jim Steinman was like the one that decided to do this whole opera thing.
But that's all Meatloaf has ever done.
Yeah, that's it.
That's his shtick, is this operatic thing, and I'm like, fuck that.
Well, I mean, he was part of...
Paradise by the Dashboard Lights.
All that,
probably got the most play. Yeah.
And not even... nothing he does, in my opinion.
Oh, the transvestite movie with... what's his name?
Oh, yeah, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fight Club?
No, I'm
Rocky
talking
Horror
about
Picture Show.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, yeah.
That was his first
movie.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that was kind of an operatic rock, terrible mess. That was an awful movie.
I think he did more as an actor than he did as a musician.
Yeah, probably.
He really was. He's more of a caricature than I think in music. I mean, they sold millions of the copies of that Bad Out of Hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the follow-up album just kind of bombed.
That was in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
It was.
I can remember being in junior high, I think, when that came out.
70s.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Paradise by the Dashboard Lights was big when I was in high school.
I am Bob's bitch tits.
Bitch tit. Yeah, he'll always be known as bitch tits Bob to me. Taking a punch.
That's brutal. Well, he's not looking so good here.
No, he's looking pretty rough.
There used to be some show. It was like one of these stupid wife swapping shows. And
was he the wife that got swapped?
No, but if there's a picture that's been showing up here on some of these ads that I've been, or some of these articles I've been reading, and this particular character, I don't remember who she was,
right?
But I remember she's this pear-shaped woman.
Is that the one that screams about the devil all the time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so first off, this rant is not about shaming anybody, but this bitch deserves what I'm about to say. Is this pear-shaped woman who was off her fucking rocker.
Yeah, she
is exactly who freaking Meatloaf looks like now.
Oh, okay.
You remember her? She'd show up and, your kids are the devil, and she'd freak out.
Yeah,
man.
Who was that? I can't remember.
It was wife swap or spit swap or whatever it was.
Who the fuck kept this chick? Are you kidding?
Yeah. Somebody put a ring on it.
The production people, the executives of the show says, we need ratings.
Yeah.
Crazy
Let's roll her out. Yeah. She's Jerry Springer material.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of crazy bitch running her mouth off, let's talk about Georgina Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ, I mean, this fucker won't go away.
No, she seems to...
Who? George Lopez.
George Lopez.
Okay.
Well, he's supposedly...
Georgina.
He's supposedly a comedian. I don't think he's that damn funny.
Yeah.
He hasn't been funny for a long time. He's gotten this whole political thing going on right now. And so he's now... So what ended up happening is we're kind of going in a little reverse order, but so Trump nuked the shit out of an Iranian general the other day.
Right.
So smoked him, blew him up. And so everybody's been running their mouth about it. And so the Ayatollah put out an $80 million bounty on Trump, which is a big, big mistake.
Yeah. That's just asking for it.
Yeah, I mean, this ain't Obama you're playing with now.
Right.
I think his agent told him to do that.
I think you're right.
Oh my God, Antonio, you're trending now. You're trending.
What was that information guy for? Oh shit! Remember during the first Gulf War, they had the information officer, the guy that they would always trot out.
That guy. Yeah.
Then he ended up for what's his name? We killed him. Used to run Iraq.
Oh, you're talking Saddam.
Saddam Hussein. Yeah, the information guy used to come out. That's probably his cousin working with this guy. So yeah, Lopez says, you know what? We'll just kill him for half price.
Yeah.
And just insert Cheech Marin and that character. Oh my God, the public affairs guy, he never dies.
Yeah, I mean,
no, man, he got it the worst.
So this is a felony. What he has done is a felony because he's talked about killing him before.
Yeah.
Okay, it's under United States Code Title 18, Section 871. Why the Secret Service is not rolling up this guy's driveway, hauling his beaner ass off the stage, I don't know. Because I'll tell you what, he is a piece of shit for what he's doing right there. Because if anybody done that against Obama,
oh my God, they'd be under the jail.
They'd be under the jail.
So they'd
violate their rights to get to them.
Yep.
Is it a code that you just quoted? Is that
it's the United States Code Title 18, Section 871.
So is there like any metrics that you have to meet before you
threatening the life of the president is basically what it says.
Yeah. So not to poo-poo on this, but I know for me, in order for you to make a threat, first I figure out, do you have the capabilities to follow through with that threat?
You're thinking way too hard. I'm killing the president. I'm killing the president because I hate him. That's enough right there.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Now, they did this to Bush the whole time.
Right.
And nothing ever happened. What the problem is I think the media has a lot to do with this.
Yeah.
Because the media perpetuates this whole thing to where it's okay to do it for this guy.
When you had Kathy Griffin do it, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
but
she
you can't do it for that guy.
Did she get a visit from
yes, she did.
She did. I don't know if they did anything with it, but she got the visit.
They did.
They did roll up on her. But
but she's not working.
Yeah, that's true.
But she wasn't working before.
That's true.
To me, that was her publicity stunt.
Makes me think, is this George Lopez? Granted, he's a sorry piece of crap, but is this guy out there just trying to make himself relevant? You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
He does this all the time, though. Ever since the guy got elected, he's been talking about killing him or hating on him and stuff like that. I
thought the dude was supposed to move away, personally.
He was supposed to leave the country, but he didn't.
They found out they didn't have any
Guatemala wouldn't have him back.
They didn't have any microphones or anything over there.
Right. So. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. The freedoms that he's living under.
The paycheck is not the same.
Wait a minute. You say, "Orale, man, I can't talk like this over here." Okay, never mind. Let me get a refund on that ticket.
His only redeeming grace is he did Balls of Fury, and that was a pretty funny ass movie.
It was a funny movie.
Yeah, I just watched that like a month ago.
Yeah, it's been on cable a bunch. I love that movie, although his role was pretty minuscule in it.
Well, he's pretty minuscule. Like I said, I haven't found him funny for a very long time. His show got canceled relatively quick.
Yeah.
And the fact that they can say these things against one guy, but you can't say it about another guy is a real problem. I mean, to me, it's back
double
to
standard. It's that whole double standard.
Clearly, hypocrisy of Hollywood for sure.
Well, maybe he could move to Jamaica. You know, I hear that they're hiring down in Jamaica. You can do all kinds of stuff down there.
I think Ricky Gervais should have a conversation with him.
Yeah,
I really do. I think Ricky's kind of put the smackdown on a lot of people the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you haven't seen that or not.
I walked in here when y'all were watching it.
Yeah, that was entertaining. I saw the short version of it. You played the long version. That
20-minute monologue.
Funny.
Yeah.
When you look at it from a comedian standpoint, that was probably the most efficient show that he ever had because he got to insult everybody.
Dude, it was just
all in one room.
Just one big run. Bam, bam, bam.
He checked the boxes.
He did.
He started it all out with the whole Epstein thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was funny.
Yeah.
Don't get mad. I know he's your friend. That was funny when he did that. I was like, oh.
That whoever wrote that for him, or if he wrote it himself, that's probably some of the most clever stuff I've heard. In a long time.
He was throwing Ronan Farrow's name out there. And so we had to look it up because we weren't quite familiar either.
Yeah, I wasn't
but he's they're the one that's crediting as the journalist that actually broke the Epstein, Weinstein stories.
It does make me wonder if Ronan Farrow was in attendance, though. I mean, because he does come from a kind of a famous family.
He does, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was funny though. I mean, he hit them Then he also was talking about the series, I forget the name of it, where the guy was going to commit suicide because his wife died.
Yeah, he said he called it Afterlife.
Afterlife, and he said there is a season 2. I hate to spoil it. So he says, and like Jeffrey Epstein, he did not kill himself. And I was like, oh. And he goes, now don't lie. I know he's your friend.
Yeah.
No, he's your friend. I was like, oh,
the
man.
crowd really had an uncomfortable look on their face. Did you notice that? They kind of painted the room. Tom Hanks and all those guys were all like,
exactly.
I don't know if I should laugh at this.
Well,
could this be brought up at my trial?
That's true.
There's justice, and then there's Hollywood justice. It's like there's a star chamber for the famous.
Right.
So, well, he really did hit that pretty good. I was like, oh my goodness. Well, how it got started was he's talking about Apple. Making all this stuff in sweatshops in China.
That was funny as shit.
Yeah, he's like, before y'all get all excited.
Yeah, and all high and mighty and everything like that.
You got no room. You got no room to be telling anybody what to do.
And then he hit on the racial inequality thing, which I thought was funny too.
Even in death.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you about somebody dying because there wasn't an equal distribution. There was a preponderance of
white people. Yeah. White people died.
I was like, oh my god,
that was quite possibly one of the funniest monologues I've seen.
The only part of that show that probably was worth watching.
And then they never just turned it off.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
He was pretty good. I was really enjoying that part.
Yeah,
but serving it up like he did, though. I mean, somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, even Roseanne Arquette got up there and ran her mouth about Trump. I guess she didn't hear the memo.
Yeah, she missed the note.
But she kept, and it's like, look, I mean, the part I don't mind is if you go ahead and do it, but let the other side say their part too. Don't just be the one side. I mean, I'm all for letting everybody bitch. Just go. Ring the bell, go.
Somebody let Tom Selleck get up there and talk. I bet you that shit won't happen.
Yeah, Bruce Willis, that'd be a very interesting conversation.
Yeah, would be kind of fun to watch.
James Woods.
Yeah.
That would be the one I'd like to see.
That would be the one I want to see.
Especially in the characters, when he loses his shit like he does in the shows.
In the movies.
I mean, my favorite one is the whole entourage thing with the tickets.
Oh, yeah. He's like off the chain.
Man, he just loses it. He plays that psycho guy really good. But I got to think he's like that.
He's pretty intense. He's kind of intense too.
Yeah, so like I said, we just Gervais. He keeps saying this is going to be his last time, but they've done it 5 times.
Yeah,
so this ought to be fun.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's just it's flipped upside down. I mean, we're sitting here now and we're talking about all the crazy shit going on. How about some positive shit like in Jamaica?
Yeah, man. Apparently, you can go over there and collect trash and get weed.
Get a joint.
Yeah, roll you a fatty. I knew that'd get you excited.
I honestly, that ain't a bad idea.
I don't think it is either.
I think Austin, Dallas, Houston, all these big cities.
Yeah.
See, because you don't want violent homeless people.
No.
Can you
want
imagine
stone, mellow, hungry homeless people?
Docile.
Can you imagine how immaculate a city would be?
Oh man,
if they had a program like that in place?
Weed for trash.
Yeah. Well, the county people would get all pissed off because they lose their
jobs. Well, it would be clean for a month, and then everybody would be just all smoked out and be laying around. Yeah. It'll have to alternate months, It'd
be like one of these things where you have pictures of like Mr. Clean all over the place.
Right. Yeah, apparently what it is you go along the beach or wherever you're at down there, and you pick up a bag of trash, and you take it back to the hostel, and they give you a joint for it. It's like basically keep the beaches beautiful, man. I think it's an attempt to get black guys to put white guys into slavery. That's what I think it is. It could be. So you get them down there. You get all these hungry white guys that they got no weed back here. Yeah, I don't know though. Sticky-icky. I think it's an equal proportion of all races and cultures that get stoned down there. I see a Jamaican. I see a bunch of pasty white redheads down there trying to score some weed. Bunch of carrot top looking dudes. Yeah.
I recycle so I can get high.
Exactly.
That's why I pick up.
Recycling makes me feel high. I can hear John Denver singing in the background right now.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's so the homeless thing is kind of a it's a problem. It's becoming bigger and bigger. California, it's gotten way out of control out there. But the homeless quilt thing was kind of a cool thing. That was. Yeah, that was you, Grammy. You served that one up. I thought that was kind of funny. I don't even remember what city it was, but it was I think when I got the article, the approach was supposed to be that these officers were in trouble because they were shaming the homeless.
Well, they got a kind of a shit. It's 2 officers, and they've got what the quilt is it's a bunch of signs where they've collected up their signs for asking for money.
And who hasn't gotten to an intersection at a freeway here in Houston,
right,
with somebody standing there for a fucking sign?
So,
not that there's anything wrong. If you do shit like that and you get money, great.
So here's the thing that's wrong with it, though, because I have a little bit of background in this. Well, when my wife worked for the mud districts, the law enforcement agencies would always come in and give their report. So what they would have going on is they bring in these reports, talk about the homeless in the area, and 90% of these guys are the worst of the worst. I hate to break, bust the bubble out there, but they are the worst of the worst. That's why they're out there panhandling. These guys are out of prison. They're generally rapists, child molesters.
Drug-related stuff, yeah.
Not even drug-related. They can't get normal jobs because the crimes they did are generally so bad. A lot of it's drugs. You can roll up on them and tell the ones that are on meth and all that stuff.
Sure.
But they're also all run by gangs. So the money that you're giving, 60% of that's going back to gang-related activity. Gangs run those guys. That's
they run the corners. What they do is they run the corners. I had a friend that was working undercover he was looking at a mosque down by off Gesner.
Yeah.
And he was approached and said, "Hey, bro, what are you doing on a corner?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" He says, "I'm just trying to make a living."
Yeah.
He says, "No, we own this corner." You know, and he had to pay him.
Yeah.
He had to pay him.
Yeah,
and so that's how that works. Yeah,
it's a real problem. So when you're handing out money to these folks, so anyway, you have and these cops know this. This is no secret in the LEO community. So you have these cops, and they've got 2 cops, and they have all these homeless signs up there of "Give me money," and they mate this big quilt out of it, and they've got these shit-eating grins on their face.
Yeah, they're all taped it together like a huge
like a huge collage of quiltliness, and they've got this shit-eating grin, and it's hilarious.
It is funny. I mean, sometimes we don't laugh enough at stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, come on.
But I guess you got a bunch of people wrapped around the axle that say you're shaming the homeless.
Right.
Well, you're shaming a bunch of pedophiles, so I'm really not going to have a whole lot of sympathy for you at that point.
Right.
Or meth head or whatever.
Or the fact that you're going to bash on somebody because somebody had found something amusing that you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
You couldn't laugh. It's
to me, as far as I'm concerned, the fact that somebody can find humor in even the most, the not the worst of situations,
lowest point possibly,
but still,
yeah.
Fuck off. You're going to tell me. I am not going to let somebody tell me what to fucking laugh at.
You know what you should do is go to Jamaica and pick up some trash. You'll feel better about it. I promise you.
I think so. I'm telling you, that program should catch on. I would think that it'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. I mean, they're legalizing weed across the country.
Bingo. Yeah, as much as prevalent as it's becoming now, it would not surprise me.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because think of all the budgets that could be reduced if people start doing shit for free.
Yeah.
Well, it's so we're talking about the homeless, and there's a bunch of people that are about to become homeless.
Yeah.
So apparently, the Amish, and this has been a problem all across the country with certain cities. If you're off the grid, they always talk about sustainability, solar, rainwater, until you do it. Yeah. The minute you disconnect from the grid, you become a problem now.
Yeah.
Because now they're losing revenue because of you.
Right.
Okay? So what happens is a lot of these cities and a lot of these states have passed ordinances now that you have to have utility hookup, which is water and sewer.
We have to know you're there, basically.
Yes. And you have to have a power line coming into the house.
Yeah.
Well, the Amish have been living off the grid forever.
Right.
Ever since Amish have been Amish in this country. Well, apparently up in Michigan, there's a couple counties up there that are basically telling them, look, you have to get on the grid or we're demolishing your houses. We're taking your shit from you.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's gotten really big and it's gotten out of hand. It's happened in a lot of other places where they don't win, but they sure make this really tough on the Amish.
Yeah.
And they want them to upgrade their homes. Here's what I think is funny. Michigan County threatens to demolish 14 Amish homes unless they give up their religious beliefs and upgrade their homes.
That's that Rashida Tlaib's area.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. Yeah. You know, there might be a religious persecution thing there going on. You know, Michigan's kind of known for having her folks up there that worship their God. So I'm wondering if it's kind of a Dearborn, Michigan area, or where it's all kind of rolled that way. You know what I mean? Maybe it's because you got to know that Amish are pacifists for the most part. They're not going to fight you. You know?
No.
They don't go to war. They don't fight.
Right.
It's part of their religious belief.
Sure.
So I wonder if it's some folks on those council members that are just trying to steamroll folks.
Well, it goes a little deeper than that, though, because you're looking at people now that collect rainwater.
Yeah. It does. How many times we've heard that story out on the West Coast where these guys have their own retention ponds, cisterns and retention ponds, and then the state government comes in and says, "Oh no, you're going to jail." I mean, we've seen that story play out time and time again.
Oh yeah, and they ridiculous fines. It's $1 million a day if you don't break that dam, and it's like, really?
The state owns that water. Well, oh, okay. I didn't see your name on it.
It happens everywhere. They talk about it. So it's just, it kind of goes to the Green Deal in a sense, if you think about how that goes.
Yeah.
So if you tell everybody, we want you to go solar, we want you to use wind, we want you to use sustainability type platforms, zero carbon.
Yeah.
That's as zero carbon as you get. Mormons are the only carbon is in the black and the dye in their clothes. That's the only thing they have.
What, the Amish?
Yeah, the Amish. Is that what I say? Mormons?
No. Yeah.
Okay, Mormons.
I was like, that's my trigger word. Man.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was looking for you. Yeah, I got a little off base there. Yeah,
Mennonites. You meant to say Mennonites. There you go.
You better roll that on-ramp back up.
So Mennonites use electricity.
Yeah, and there are certain sectors,
and they have gasoline engines.
Yep.
At least they did where I grew up in Southwest Missouri, and so they're rolling up on these guys now, and they're trying to tell them, look, you conform But here's the thing that I don't like about that. So you have a bunch of Islamists coming in here.
Yeah.
And the women wear hijabs, right? And they cover their face for their driver's license.
Right.
To me, okay, so we've talked about this in depth, and we've talked to other people about men disguising themselves as women to get access to places that women would get access to gather intel and all the other stuff they do. This is the same kind of problem here. I mean, if you have to take off your baseball cap and your glasses to take your photograph for your driver's license, then you should have to take that shit off too.
Like you do in a bank. You can't walk into a bank with sunglasses or a ball cap on.
Right.
I go, really? That's a new one on me because I've been wearing my ball cap to the bank.
They'll
for a
ask
long
you.
time.
Well, so it depends on the dude at the door and how much activity goes through that bank.
Okay.
I can tell you right now.
I got like one bank that I go
happens,
to.
Yeah.
Mine has a sign out, so I naturally not that I walk around with a freaking ball cap on anyway.
I am. I'm the ball cap guy of this crew. So
I'm surprised you just didn't get
naked.
naked and walk in. Shit.
Yeah, here, check it out.
Well, because underneath it said I had to have shoes and shorts and all that.
Okay, gotcha.
Shit,
so there you go. That's all covered. So,
I've got it in my prison wallet.
Yeah, wink, wink.
That's pretty good.
Sorry, how many opportunities am I going to get to use that one?
Oh, here, I got it keistered right here. Hold on just 1 second. Oh, you got a bench I can put my foot up on? Okay, here we go. Yeah, so, leave these people alone, really.
Yeah, they've lived that way for hundreds of years. Why are you going to come in and screw with them now?
Well, here's the other thing is, I don't want to hear you could defend that one bunch.
Yeah.
And then turn around and slam on this bunch. That's the rub that I have with it.
Right. No, I totally get what you're saying. Man.
But I don't know. It's just... It's kind of getting kind of weird out there right now.
Yeah.
Everything's getting kind of weird. I mean, so a lot of things have been going around on travel advisories now. I mean, the shootings
particularly
on the Mexican,
now.
The Mexican border, and now since we blew up that guy, it's good to see our tax dollars being spent that way.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see that we're not putting it on a pallet and giving it $1 billion. We're sending it to
$150 billion.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh my God! Look here. We started a barbecue right in front of an Iraqi Airport. Oh my God!
So you attack us, okay?
Yeah.
So I saw a funny cartoon the other day. It had Iran last 10 years and Iran yesterday, and the first one says "Death to all Americans," and then the next picture said "Death to all Americans," which is true. It hasn't changed with them.
No.
Forever. They're
Since
the ones,
70s.
Yeah, they're the ones that want to light up Israel.
Yeah.
They're the ones. And then our former president sends them a shitload of money. Then you had John Kerry and all these guys running interference for that.
They were actually giving them intel.
Now,
that's the interesting part.
The money part, that's... Okay, so that goes into when their funds were... If we're talking about the $400 million...
We're talking about it was $150 billion that was sent over there in pallets of cash. Obama sent that.
Okay, this may be the cash that was seized from them back in the 70s.
So what they'd done is they'd froze bank accounts over here.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're telling me like Pablo Escobar gets snatched up under the RICO Act and they take all his cars, boats, and everything away. and then they finally decide, oh, we don't have enough evidence to hold you. We just let you loose. You get your shit back.
No, I'm not saying it, but but when you start the money, the label that the money has been that people are throwing around is that we took money out of U.S. taxpayers, which
we did.
Well, but when we go back and we start trying to figure out when we seize these accounts, what happened to that money?
So they seized $150 billion from Iran, and
we're actually.
I want to deep dive this because you got us down this hole. Let's go.
But the thing, none of us are schooled enough in this money situation to say.
I know it wasn't $150 billion because it didn't have $150 billion.
Wait. We have a sworn enemy. This enemy's been trying to kill us for a long time. They're killing shitloads of people, and we happen to hem up a bunch of money.
Okay.
And it becomes a moral issue at this point?
No. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm
but
like,
when
wait a minute.
When people start looking at, okay, we snagged this money from them. Let's just call it what we did. Mm-hmm. We took that money from them. For some reason, Obama said, well, here's your fucking money back. Or however somebody painted the story about what this money is or what this money signifies is, hey, back in, I think it was like 79 or 80 when the
Shah of Iran
was overthrown. So where this, and see, like the 400 million. So I don't know where the 400 million comes from when it was 1.7 billion or whatever.
Yeah. Wait, we sent him $150 billion in cash. So do the math for me on how 400 million ends up to be $150 billion in cash. I'm missing the number. Well, I don't understand that math.
I remember listening to some show where they
could have invested the 400 million and had 150 billion.
Here's your windfall.
Essentially, that was, they took into account for
some kick-ass investing.
And I was like, wow. That alone, I was like, okay, what you're saying is that 1.7 essentially would be this equal to this kind of dollars in this day and age. And I was like, wow, fuck. Yeah. That's a shit ton of money.
I'm still not giving a fuck about any of this.
I
don't get where we're going with that, but at any rate, we sent them a big pile of American cash, American dollars. We didn't send them denarii or whatever it is that they spend over there now. We sent it to them, and there again, is it 400? Was it 400 million in their money, or was it 400 million in our money?
That's what I don't know. But he got a lot of people got pissed off about it only because it was Obama who did it.
Whoa. Yeah, no, I don't know.
I'd be pissed off if anybody did it. If Trump turned around and did it, I'd be like, fuck Trump.
But the reason why people can seize on it is because during Trump's administration, he did this. So this is like one more thing for him to bash on.
So this thing goes to the Benghazi thing. Okay, this is what...
That's where we're at now.
Yeah, where we're at now is that the bombing... Because
this has been Trump's Benghazi. That's what CNN's been proclaiming.
So...
Oh, really?
Well, Trump kind of put that label on it. He goes, look, they called for help. They got help. They got 4,000 Marines. They got this. They got that within an hour. The shit was there.
Yeah.
Now, they were busting out windows, trying to burn the building down, threatening to kill people.
Right.
We showed up and that shit broke up.
Well, when you say this is Trump's Benghazi, I think about how the Benghazi went down the first time where they were dragging bodies through the street.
Oh, I agree. And he said that wasn't going to happen.
Exactly.
They labeled that. He said, no, not on my watch. This isn't going to happen.
Right.
So what ended up happening then is after this was all done and they started labeling it with the Benghazi, he Twittered about the money. He says, I'm not sending them money. Okay. We're sending them bombs. Okay?
Right.
Basically, you attack us.
Right.
You threaten us. We'll kill you. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Now, he says, walk cautiously. He told them, be careful.
Yeah.
Because don't make threats and don't try to hurt because when you do, we are coming back like boom. That's it. Because no fucking around with you guys.
When the embassy was under siege, when they tasked the another, was it 3,000?
I sent 4,000.
Okay. Yeah. Because I have some friends that are in the units that are being tasked.
Right on.
So when I saw that, when they were going, all of a sudden that siege was like, okay, they're pulling back now. Mm-hmm. So I was like, now you got 3,000 more people. You got 3,000 more armed personnel coming here to steer you, to turn you fucking around.
Right.
So now I want to know is where the fuck you're going. I know you're turning around.
Yeah, exactly. Where are you headed to when you leave here?
Yes.
That'd be kind of important intel. I would think you'd have eyes on that kind of stuff too.
So I like reading Quora because these kind of questions pop up a lot of times, and it astounds me where there's a lot of people that get on Quora that they write from a very emotional standpoint. Emotional being, I can't believe people freaking elected Trump. He's such an idiot.
Right.
He
Rose McGowan apologizing.
Yes, exactly.
She's saying 52% of America doesn't agree with what he did. I'm like,
the America that exists in your fucking head.
Exactly. Yeah, you're a little bit wrong. All I hear is a lot of cheering.
Strap a machine gun back to your leg, you fucking retard.
Yeah. So I don't pay attention to her at all. But somebody said, kind of sort of those remarks on Quora, and there was a lot of people you can clearly see that do not like Trump, but they're not being like so overtly, they call him madman in the White House, and I'm like, okay, I don't really respond to stuff like that until you get to a point where you start saying basically Trump heard something he didn't like and basically tasked some people to go kill somebody who is in Iraq. So
let's look at this from what it is, though. So it's a drone strike,
right? So it happened in an area of operation that we have a SOFA with. We have a status of armed forces agreement with Iraq right now.
Yeah,
and whatever fucking happens over there, if it is something that either is an assault to Iraq's interest, our interest.
We got a right to respond.
We're going to take care of it. Right. So now you've got this hostile nation nearby who's one of the top guys comes into your fucking AO. That's intel gold.
Oh, yeah.
I want to fucking know that.
Sure. Exactly.
And any other little nuggets that I learn while he's there, I know who he's talking to.
Well, like you said, where they're going back to, you're watching all that shit.
By the way, we have a fucking hostile organization that's operating inside of the AO we're in. Yeah. We need to know that too.
Right.
So it's like all these things that you think are just Trump did this on a whim.
Yeah.
You're fucking retarded.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of work that went to saying, okay.
So you're going to the temper tantrum. They all acted like you had the temper tantrum and just struck the guy. It's
so no. There is so much going on that you fucking people don't even understand.
Oh, for sure. And so the keyboard warrior mentality that we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
So you have a lot of politicians, or they call it. First of all, I don't like calling them politicians because one, they just won a popularity contest.
Right.
That's all they did. They didn't have any. A lot of these people don't have the qualifications.
They're like legal professional wrestlers. That's kind of how I view them. I mean,
who is this? We're talking
any politician that doesn't have some kind of military or business ownership background. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the AOCs of the world, the Talibs, all the people that won popularity contests,
and
but don't have any substance.
And they all want to be diplomats. And my deal is. If I got somebody threatening me to do harm to something that I find of value, I don't want a fucking diplomat there.
No,
I want somebody who's
gun.
I want somebody who's bigger and bitter and bigger and badder than you, who will neutralize you.
That's my point.
And if you can't be neutralized, you're going to be erased.
In a White House that has more leaks than everything leaks, and then you have what I consider operatives in office,
right?
From the previous administration, they were trying to kill this guy. And then you have newly elected people that I still don't know how they got in there. You don't go and telegraph that move to those people so they can go tell their people to tell his people where it's going to be.
Well, where was all this outrage? This was my point. Where was all this
2,800 drone strikes from Obama?
Exactly, where he killed American citizens.
He blew up a wedding. He blew up a wedding.
He blew up a guy with his son, his 16-year-old son in the car.
Yeah.
Give me a break. And I don't give a a about that. I mean, I really don't care that he did.
Somebody else brought that up in the conversation, but somehow or another they found some twist and turn that made it sound like it doesn't apply. And I'm like, it does.
This little American citizen. They had rights under the Constitution. The guy had never been charged with a crime.
See, what it boils down...
He just came up on the strike list and said, time to get that guy.
What it boils down to...
That was over there that got hit into...
Yeah, him and his son. He had a 16-year-old son with him. And again, I'm not defending that. I'm glad he did blow that motherfucker up. Right. I mean,
So what we're dealing with is like common sense versus liberal education. And you got to remember, liberal education's been around a long time. It's had a long time to really get in there and permeate the ranks of everything. And so what ends up happening is you have a president that is a no bullshit guy. Says, look, these are Americans. I'm not letting any more Americans get killed on my watch.
Exactly.
And when they do get killed, I'm coming back at you and make you regret everything you've done.
You're going to feel the pain.
You're going to feel the pain. And that's what's going on right here. So what ends up happening is you have a lot of pacifists that look for the soundbite.
Yeah.
That's all they are. I mean, I really don't believe their heart's ever in it. They're in it for the relevance. They're in it for the money. They're in it for the power. They're in it for that 15 seconds or whatever of fame they're going to get out of having their opinion. I mean, do I really care what an actress in Hollywood says? I mean, Ricky Gervais summed that shit right up. He's like, you have no business speaking about politics or cultural things.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All this is somebody that has got more money than anything, and the guilt is overwhelming them. Their richness overwhelms them with guilt.
It does.
You know, because who is meant to be that rich? Nobody. She has nothing to do. She doesn't have to worry about where her next meal comes from.
Nope.
She doesn't worry about
She'd
anything.
never have to. She could literally get away with never working another day in her life.
Exactly. And so
she's got that kind of a haircut.
She does, yeah. Well, that whole Sinead O'Connor thing's going on. You know, and it's funny. So these people get tied up in their wealth, and now they all of a sudden start feeling philanthropic until it comes time to give something up.
Yeah.
All they want to take from you, and they want to take from me,
right?
And they want to take from everybody else, but they're not going to give you their shit.
Well, it goes back to the whole socialist communist thing. I tell you what, if the Screen Actors Guild was really real, they would say, okay, everybody's going to pitch into the pot, and we're all going to have an equal draw out of this.
Yeah, no doubt.
Y'all want to be a bunch of socialists? Start there. Let me see that work.
The thing that flipped me the other day was that Elizabeth Warren was up there talking about a group of people, and they mentioned the church shooting here in Texas.
Yeah.
And which we handle with extreme prejudice, okay? And we talked about it at length last week. And the guy says, you know, would you be of support of that? And she goes, no.
Yeah.
And then Bloomberg comes out.
Bloomberg, I was going to say, that was the one I saw. Bloomberg with his puppet Shannon Watts came out and said, you know, this is why you shouldn't have guns in church. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is exactly why you should have guns in church.
So down the road a year ago, or 2 years ago, 26 people were slaughtered in a church that didn't
with no guns.
With no security.
Yep.
The guy had to go home and get his gun and come back.
Yep.
Or he left his house because he heard gunfire, one of the two.
Yeah.
And he killed the guy on a chase down the road. So we had 26 people killed in, what is it, Sutherland Springs or something like that?
It was down
south
towards
of San Antonio.
South of San Antonio.
And so we had that happen. But then we go in a church here where, one, they identified the guy.
Yeah.
I still think there's a little after-action remorse there, and the guy he's thinking, I should have just moved this guy out of the building and just taken care of this shit right away. But so anyway, you have this guy doing this, and we protect all these lives, okay? It could have been another slaughter. And this looked like an older congregation, too.
Yeah.
There wasn't like a whole lot of young kids running up there to jump this guy.
Well, that and it's church. I mean, you don't have that is an older generation. You don't have a lot of young kids.
It's funny because when I'm sitting in there, I'm looking at every shady character and I'm looking at my way to get the guy. I'm just that way. And so I'm sitting there going, you know.
Church security telling you, don't run, walk.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That Kevin Bacon in Animal House.
There's that Catholic coming out and ground.
Right. So you have all this. You have all this going on, and it's like, look, I mean, this is coming from people that don't have to live an everyday life.
Right.
Okay. You're second guessing a president that has an administration and a military staff that's been working on this shit anyway. You know, this guy is not a new player.
No,
he has been,
and that's what Graham. I think that's what Graham was hitting.
That's exactly what he's saying.
The plan had been in place for
a while.
Days, weeks before.
This dude didn't just show up on somebody's fucking radar.
If you have a target of opportunity,
when he crossed the border, they knew it. I guarantee you, somebody had eyes on that. They were like, okay, we're going to get him at this point.
And then now what ends up happening is, so you throw the punch, right?
Yeah.
So we threw the punch. So now you have a bunch of people that are supposedly Americans going, oh, you shouldn't have done
World War
that.
III, we're going to have did you see where they're going to call for a draft now?
Yeah, you threw, threw a stick of dynamite in the room. Now there's going to be a draft.
Yeah.
And so you've got all these people coming out of the woodwork going, you know, I'm not going to serve in your sorry America. I'm not serving in your army. Blah blah blah.
Move to Canada. And don't come back.
But there's like some memes that were coming out. Like there was this dude dressed up,
big old donut eating, latte drinking.
No, this guy had like full. He went full female.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I'm not gonna be. And this dude had he had the effeminate look going on, in aces.
Okay.
And so the bottom meme below it was like, yeah, that's cute, but you can do all this shit after fucking basic. I don't give a fuck. That was a nice try though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're still
no Section 8 for you.
Yeah, it's all going to the impeachment. It rolls back into the fact that they don't like the president.
Well, they're trying to roll this into crimes. That's the word that you're hearing now.
Yes,
this has been a crime. It's a murder. It's a war crime. Murder. I've actually heard it called murder.
Yeah, he's a war crime. He's a criminal. And so you have this going on, and so all this really is just a continual, endless stream of heinous bullshit.
More political theater.
I mean, so what's it going to take? Is it going to take a soft target strike in the U.S. to wake somebody up or not?
Oh.
Because I can tell you that every Leo wire, military wire, they're all saying, look, that just increases the chances now.
Yeah.
Of somebody doing something, whether it's lone wolf or if it's organized. And we know for a fact at the border, they have been picking up shit like this.
Yes, they have.
They've been picking up shit like this for a while. And it's like you have these strongholds in Michigan, Minnesota, Texas.
Yeah.
Arizona.
They're popping up everywhere. You see that on the radar all the time now.
And nobody's going and showing up. I mean, so what ends up happening is if a guy throws a puppy out a window, they're at his house wanting to burn his house down and run him out on a rail. But when you hear of these terrorist camps popping up all over the place, there's no activity.
None.
We're going to raid Area 51, but we're not going to go make sure that these things are gone. And I can tell you that you can do that.
Well, it emboldens these Rose McGowans and stuff. That emboldens that activity.
I mean, it does. Yeah.
Well, and plus with how technology has advanced, your only recourse isn't just to pull the trigger and launch something else at you. You can assault, launch an assault through cyber attacks,
and that's happening all the time anyway.
The thing about cyber attacks is that money wise, it doesn't involve dropping a bomb. It doesn't involve.
It's cheap. It's cheap for them to do. I mean, you've got one guy.
The dude will eat a fucking hot pocket while he's fucking attacking your goddamn network.
Right.
How basic can that fucking get?
Well, it's apparently they think that the average American citizen is dumb as a box of rocks because that's what's happening.
Off.
No, they're not. But just saw a funny meme just pop up here. You know how they do the NFL draft?
Yeah.
So you have Trump walking out. The first draft for the Army from the U.S. is. That's too funny.
So with the cybersecurity thing, particularly when you look at your own populace that's getting I remember when I was like seventh or eighth grade when the hostages were taken in Iran.
Yeah.
So and the thing that our equivalent of a meme back then was Mickey Mouse flipping the fucking finger, hey Iran, or hey Ayatollah. So and the populace was like, oh rah rah, just like after 9/11, everybody was running around with a freaking U.S. flag from their car for probably a few months.
Yeah.
And then, but the thing is so you as a citizen, if they launch a cyber attack, the fuck are you going to do?
Yeah.
You don't have an active target. You have somebody who's launching an assault against your infrastructure in your country through something you can't even fucking see. So, when 9/11 happened,
we'll just have to wake John McAfee up from his cocaine fueled.
So what happened after 9/11 is you had anybody that looked like a fucking you look like you're a okay. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but you look like you're wearing a turban. So I'm gonna fucking burn your fucking business down, even though you had not a goddamn thing to do.
Right.
There's nobody to go punch in the head.
So since you can't find that, what are you going to do now when you find somebody who looks like they came from Pakistan, Iran, or
And the problem with the average idiot is that the only guys wearing turbans are Sikhs.
I was going to say,
and they're the good guys.
Well, and I just use that as
I know what you're saying.
A bookmark.
But no, because that happened on Jones Road in 290. They shot that dude on 9/11. That guy walked in and shot the convenience store owner because he had a turban on.
Yeah. And
Walked
dude
in
was a
and
Sikh.
shot him, and he was a Sikh. It's like, dude, you are so wrong.
When my parents still lived in A-Leaf, there was a tire and wheel shop right around the corner from their house. Then it was owned by somebody who was like from India or whatever. Okay.
Right.
I never knew I'd been in the guy's business before, but I was simply there as a customer. Hey, I'd like to buy these tires or wheels or whatever. Never knowing, hey, who's your fucking owner? I don't give a shit. I don't know, but they burned his fucking business to the goddamn ground.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's my deal about getting the populace all tuned up.
Sure.
And now you basically give them this like generic description of this is our enemy.
Well, and you're right. I understand that. But what I think it was sad about the whole thing is the misinformation that is perpetuated by both sides. Because right now we're fighting a big issue in Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have people that are supposedly working for us on our behalf that are literally working against us. So when the enemy sees this kind of activity, like right now, Virginia vows to shut down all gun ranges not owned by the state. So
yeah,
when you see that, okay, so the state owns now every gun. They take your business away.
I have a problem with that.
And now what's that?
I'd have a problem.
Me
with that.
too. And then also too, you got a governor that's sitting in this, and you got a majority of the state that's saying, "Hey, what's going on with this guy?" Right?
Yeah.
So now you've got this guy saying, "Okay, we're going to bring outside help in to do this."
Yeah.
He's actually changing his state budget for incarceration of people.
He just got a state budget approved, or is trying to get a state budget approved for 18 officers that specifically go around and enforce these new laws that they've pre-passed in anticipation of Democrats taking control of their government.
Right. So now I'm waiting for a law that comes out that says basically the only place that you can discharge a firearm is at a state-owned range
in the presence of an officer.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But the thing is, I mean, just with that description alone, everybody who ever tries to do something to protect themselves,
right,
now subject to
because you
can't take self-defense according to him.
Yeah,
martial arts training, firearms training, any kind of tactical defense training is to be considered as anti-government and domestic terrorism.
Right.
I don't see how that passes anywhere.
Him and the Attorney General have got this thing teed up.
So. I think it goes before the Supreme Court and loses badly. That's my personally.
Hope so. But so my question then to both of you is, because I know I'm going to get two different answers, is that this thing is all spun up.
Yeah.
And it has just been playing for the audience now
we're talking about Virginia here, right?
Virginia for a month, okay?
Yeah,
it's been at least a solid month now of 2A sanctuaries, of the military, not the military, but Leos are split on the deal.
Yeah.
You've got this UN recruitment drive, which I thought was very coincidental.
Yeah, funny.
To where they're looking for
people to come in and enforce
disarmament.
Disarmament. That's actually called disarmament.
Disarmament agents.
Yeah.
So you're looking at this all being teed up, all on the possibility of it getting tossed by the Supreme Court.
Right.
Okay, so you kind of ask yourself, so why is this this narrative so hard and so long?
I think that it's just it's chess pieces moving around the board. I think that they say, all right, if we can get just this out of all of this,
I agree with that assessment.
Don't you think so? They're looking for incrementalism is what they're looking for.
And also too, you're identifying yourself.
You're sticking your head up and
now
saying,
you're
here I am.
sticking your head up, and so other states are looking, but also the terrorists are looking too, because China just, there was a thing that went out the other day, says too many Americans got too many guns to be messing with that bunch over there. They're pulling the whole Japanese
439 million guns in America, by the way. That's the new number.
That's the article that it comes from.
Yeah.
And that's not including all the drug dealers and cartels and all the smuggled guns that are sitting somewhere in a bin somewhere waiting for something to happen.
You can probably tack another 50 million onto that.
Yeah, so you have all this of access out there, and now you have one guy thinks he's going to do something. But for me, what I think is going on here, if you take a look, you see what's going on the board. There's oil could double to more than $150 a barrel if tension in the Middle East escalates.
Yeah, I probably think that's overestimated a little bit.
Do you?
Yeah,
because oil and gas has been complaining now for a long time.
That's tied to conflicts anyway.
All the time.
It ebbs and flows with conflict.
Yeah, so they've been complaining about low oil prices for a long time.
They have.
So what I would be doing right now, maybe if that's an accurate prediction,
put my money in Exxon.
I would start looking at who's now starting to book like vacations.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, in anticipation of I know that this bonus is going to be fucking big this coming year. I would be looking at shit like that. Hey,
absolutely.
Are people making financial obligations to things that they ordinarily wouldn't have?
There you go.
Like this time last year.
I just don't think. I know that oil will go up. I'm just saying. I think that number's unrealistic. That's all I'm saying. I'm thinking $100 a barrel.
Because
so
where's that right now?
It's 63.79.
So still, that's almost what 80% increase. 80% increase.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's more than that. 150 out of 60.
No, the 63.79.
So from what I'm talking about,
yeah. So even if you jump from 60 to 100, still
it's huge.
That is fucking huge.
Yeah, you'll go back to $4 gas, $3 gas. You'll see that. But I think 150. They always preach that number, and it's always less. It's to keep you from getting sticker shock at the pump.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah,
I've seen this before. If you remember, it happened with both of our Iraq wars. It happened with Afghanistan.
And plus, news like this, when people see it, there's going to be a small section of people that will they'll overreact, and so their decision making will mirror that fact.
Markets always react the same to this.
So
news.
I'm going to not do something because my God, the news said it's going to be $150 a barrel, so we're gonna cut back on our household expenses. Blah blah blah
right.
blah. So stuff like that. I think that it may ebb and flow. Like it may spike in some areas, but usually when it spikes, it's very slow to drop down from that spike.
Sure, it is.
It takes about 6 months to a year to start. Get back to normal.
Doesn't take nothing for the jump to happen.
No, it's overnight. You go into the gas station the next day and it's $4 a gallon. So.
Right. No, there you go.
But it'll be interesting to see what we get out of it. That's for sure.
I think so. Well, let's wrap it up with something funny. Y'all looking for work?
Yeah, I am actually.
Oscar Myers looking
to do something
for a hot dogger.
Gonna drive the Wienermobile?
The Wienermobile, yeah. Now, I can tell you that there's certain places I wouldn't want to drive these vehicles.
How come they never made a freaking Taco Mobile?
You could drive the Wienermobile into the Taco Mobile and have like a makeshift. Never mind.
Oh my God! I think they call that a porno.
It's what I was getting at. Some sort of car porn.